Massively multiplayer online games continue to attract attention through scale and shared worlds. These new MMO projects are ready to bring fresh settings, systems, and long-term progression ideas. Let's dive right into it. Monsters and Memories is a fantasy MMORPG built around slow, tactical combat and strong group reliance. Gameplay uses tab target systems and encourages 6-player coordination to manage aggro, positioning, and survival. There are no quest markers, and death triggers corpse runs where items must be recovered. Progress depends on class roles such as tank, healer, and damage dealers, including the Shadow Knight with lifesteal abilities. The world operates on risk, faction reputation, dangerous night travel, and a player-driven economy.
I saw my world fall to ash, consumed by the void.
Chrono Odyssey is built around real-time combat and time-based mechanics. Players fight using weapon skills enhanced by a chronotector device that can stop or rewind time during encounters. The game takes place across a seamless map with multiple biomes and shifting states across different eras. Group play includes dungeons, raids, and PvP activities, while solo play remains supported. Progression also includes gathering, crafting, trading, and deep character customization that affects appearance rather than class performance.
Some say time stops for no one. Neither man nor God, living nor dead. Yet what then of those who deigned to turn back the hands of fate? To save what remains of our broken worlds, you need only take my hand. Return to the path.
Cinder City is a third-person MMO tactical shooter set in a ruined future version of Soul where multiple time periods collide. Players control futuristic soldiers using realistic gunplay, squad-based tactics, and mobility tools such as jump jets, drones, and energy shields. The game runs on a large, seamless map and supports cooperative play, large-scale boss fights, vehicles, and pilotable mechs. Multiple playable characters offer distinct abilities with customizable appearances and roles. Apogea is a medieval fantasy MMORPG built around skill-based progression and player interaction. Players create a squire and choose a vocation such as knight, mage, or rogue, then develop abilities through a detailed skill tree. Combat, trading, and PvP play key roles in progression. The game runs on a large shared map with multiple biomes, quests, and dangerous enemies. Progress depends on mastery, cooperation, and risk rather than paid advantages.
So, how did it feel to learn the truth about the night sky tragedy?
ArcheAge Chronicles is set in the land of Aurora, where players operate as pioneers tied to a trading company. Gameplay uses real-time combat with melee, ranged, and magic options, supported by movement actions like dodging, blocking, and parry. Players build characters through weapon and skill choices while taking part in PvE and PvP activities. Progress also involves life skills such as farming, crafting, housing, gathering, and trade routes shared with other players.
Still have no trust in your kind. Prove yourself. If you survive this trial,
a lifetime of war has shaped them. Countless enemies.
Scars of Honor is a fantasy MMORPG set on the continent of Aragon, where players align with rival factions and build characters through skill-based combat. Gameplay rewards timing, positioning, and active ability use rather than fixed rotations. Characters grow through large talent trees, permanent scars that modify abilities, and crafted gear. Progress includes repeatable dungeons with changing layouts, PvP modes with balanced equipment, and cooperative content shaped by class and faction choices.
World of abundance. Great empires flourished.
Ashes of Creation is set in the world of Vera, where players rebuild civilization after its collapse while uncovering ancient forces tied to the ancients. Gameplay revolves around dynamic settlements that grow or fall based on player activity, unlocking content, politics, and conflicts tied to each region. Combat uses real-time action with archetypes that can be combined to shape abilities and roles. Large-scale systems include open-world battles, sieges, caravans, dungeons, and raids, with crafting, gathering, and trade feeding a player-driven economy that directly supports warfare and settlement growth.
Left few prepared for the horrors to come. For the ancients showed no mercy. Survivors were advised to flee to the divine gates. An age passed before the gates reawakened. But now, you and your people have returned to reclaim your ancestral home.
Where humanity is venturing forth into the galaxy, explore infinite new worlds.
Stars Reach is a sandbox MMO set in a shared science fantasy galaxy with fully simulated planets. Players travel between worlds, take part in action combat against alien creatures, and develop characters through a horizontal skill system without fixed classes. The game supports base building, crafting, and large-scale resource gathering that feeds a player-driven economy. Groups can settle planets, run businesses, manage trade, and take part in governance systems that affect how each world functions over time.
Own a planet and sculpt it to your will, for yourself or for everyone. Play, build, farm, fight, create, live the way you want. You are being given a galaxy. What will you make of it?
It's right. My forests fold.
Soulframe is a fantasy action built around deliberate melee combat and cooperative play. Players control an envoy who uses swords, bows, and magic in real-time encounters that emphasize timing, positioning, and stamina. Progress involves forming packs, equipping weapons, and developing virtues that affect combat options. The game supports solo and online co-op play, with encounters designed around enemy patterns rather than fast shooting. Advancement comes through character growth, gear choices, and adapting playstyle to different threats.
And sitting. Sneaky, sneaky. Stole the golden lash before I could gift it. Taught cross the starling bow. When felling fields burn, my gifts return. Sharp end first. So wear the hide of wild kin for thee, envoy. My arm, my skin. Find me, fawn. Betray me again.
Twilight's Blade Cult has been recruiting in Alliance cities. So Ramoth was right for...
World of Warcraft is set in the fantasy setting of Azeroth, built around faction conflict between the Alliance and Horde. Players select classes with defined roles and take part in quest-based progression, instance dungeons, large-scale raids, and structured PvP modes. Movement across regions uses mounts and fast travel systems. Ongoing expansions add new zones, systems, and endgame activities, while both retail and classic versions offer different rule sets and progression styles.
Find and eliminate them.
Their evil ends now.
The Elder Scrolls Online is a large MMORPG set in Tamriel during the Interregnum, built around free movement and story-driven play. Players can travel across most regions at any level, using action-based combat with classes, skills, and equipment that support horizontal progression. Content now follows a seasonal structure with shorter story arcs, new zones, and progression tracks. The game includes PvE questing, group dungeons, large-scale PvP, deep crafting systems, and optional subscription features alongside buy-to-play access.
You do not fear death.
Guild Wars 2 uses fast, real-time combat and open-world events instead of traditional quest chains. Players pick a profession and weapon set that defines skills, then progress by taking part in dynamic activities that react to player presence. The world encourages cooperation without formal grouping, allowing players to jump into fights, bosses, and events freely. Structured PvP equalizes gear, while long-term progress focuses on masteries, mounts, and cosmetic unlocks, rather than constant power increases.
It is this fear that is your enemy, not I. The prison in which all races of Tyria suffer. But you need not fear me, champion. For I can set you free. Join me, and you shall have the strength to protect your people in the trials to come. Stand against me, and you stand alone.
world, School RuneScape is built around point-and-click gameplay and long-term skill training. Players develop 23 skills, complete varied quests, and take part in boss fights or high-risk PvP zones. Death and item recovery create tension, while the economy is fully player-driven through open trading and resource management.
Friends, play your way. The possibilities are endless in Final Fantasy XIV Online.
Final Fantasy XIV centers on a long, structured main story supported by instance combat encounters. One character can switch between all combat, crafting, and gathering roles by changing equipment. Battles follow tab target systems with complex boss mechanics, while most story content can be completed solo using NPC allies. Raids, trials, housing, and social activities form the long-term loop alongside regular expansion updates.
To fight by your side, do battle in intense player versus player combat, and discover all the world has to offer. There are countless ways to enjoy the realm of Eorzea. So join millions of adventurers and find out for yourself. Experience a critically acclaimed
Black Desert Online emphasizes manual, action-based combat with dodging, aiming, and combo execution. The game runs on a seamless open world with day and night cycles and remastered visuals. Progress centers on gear enhancement with RNG-based upgrades, while life skills such as trading, fishing, farming, and horse breeding operate as deep parallel systems alongside PvE and large-scale PvP content. Perfect New World uses real-time combat built around skill chaining, fast movement, and dungeon-based encounters. Players choose a race and class, customize abilities through talent systems, and fight using combo-driven attacks. Progress includes capturing spirit beasts, upgrading skills, and clearing group content. The shared world is seamless, with cooperative play and PvP supporting different progression styles. Bellatores is an open-world medieval MMORPG set around rival noble houses in a 15th century kingdom. Players take part in large-scale conflicts, political struggles, and cooperative battles while leading or supporting a house. Combat allows switching between two weapons with flexible skill customization instead of fixed classes. Progress is mastery-based, tied to activities such as fighting, gathering, crafting, and trading. Group dungeons, raids, and warfare emphasize coordination, while player decisions influence alliances, rivalries, and the balance of power across the realm.